our daily Bible reading and devotion for March 29th. We'll be reading from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, beginning in verse 37. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. He also told them a parable. Can a blind man lead a blind man? Will they not both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone, when he is fully trained, will be like his teacher. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, Brother, let me take out the speck that is in your eye, when you yourself do not see the log that is in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take out the speck that is in your brother's eye. For no good tree bears bad fruit, nor again does a bad tree bear good fruit. For each tree is known by its own fruit. For figs are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor are grapes picked from a bramble bush. The good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure produces evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I tell you? Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. When a flood arose, the stream broke against that house and could not shake it, because it had been well built. But the one who hears and does not do them is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the stream broke against it, immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. Our devotional thoughts for the day. A drill sergeant once quipped to the new recruits, "There is a right way, a wrong way, and my way to do things." It's not uncommon for those who follow a school of thought to continue on that way of thinking throughout life. We find this true in the allegiance to sporting teams, to family systems, nationalistic sentiments, and other areas that are ingrained into our thoughts. We may find that our way of thinking is greatly influenced in our past experiences, and our prevailing principles are guided by those who led us along the way. This is not a hard concept to grasp, and in many ways, it's a comfort and a cornerstone of our social structure. We believe that our children will hang on to our values we have instilled in them during the formative years. We are convinced that a solid foundation of education will help our population maintain a viable contribution to our society. However, the door swings both ways, and as the old saying goes, if we fail to instill solid values, we can scarcely expect those who are left a chance to become anything but faulty. Jesus' reference here is to those who had led the Jews and as such were unresponsive to many of his teachings. Those who would not see the light because of their own spiritual blindness could not help but lead those who were, by default, blind into the ditch. The good news is the fact that those who are fully trained by the Master, Jesus himself, shall be completely equipped. No one can attain a greater knowledge than him. Not to worry, though. There is nothing profitable we learn beyond what Jesus gave us. If we learn of him, we shall be like him. Peter tells us we have been thoroughly equipped by his knowledge we have of Christ. Grace and peace be multiplied to you in the knowledge of God and of Jesus our Lord, seeing that his divine power has granted us everything pertaining to life and godliness through the true knowledge of him who has called us by his own glory and excellence. 2 Peter 1, verses 2 and 3. This verse stands as an encouragement for good and a warning for bad, a sobering thought for any to consider. No wonder James levels a caveat to teachers. Let not many of you become teachers, my brethren, knowing that as such we will incur a stricter judgment. James chapter 3 and verse 1. Question of the day. What do you think the long-term effects will be of our lax discipline system implemented in our schools today? A thought to meditate on today. A lady once remarked to a minister at how she would give everything to know the Scriptures as he did, to which he replied, I have given everything to learn. Those are our thoughts for today, March 29th.